Let's begin. Dear students, thank you for coming to my lecture. Today we will speak about the decision-making process. It is crucial because, okay, let's begin with the question, with a very interesting question. What is the product of managerial activity? What do you think? If you are a manager, what is the final outcome of your activity?
Some decisions, maybe.
Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you. So you will not produce anything by your hands. You won't produce anything by your hands, but you will take decisions, and your main objective is to prepare your company for a better profitability. And today we will speak what is a decision generally, and we will speak about three main types of decision making, and also we will speak about some steps which must be taken in a sequence to take a correct decision. Generally, maybe it's not good to say correct decisions, but like I'd like to say, like the most effective decision, like this. Okay, so generally, when you are generally, I decided to take this very picture because it is quite obvious for you that you have to take a decision if you have to take some choice among some possible ways. If you don't have more than one way to do something, to complete some activity, to perform some task, to attain some objective, it's not possible to make a decision. It's quite obvious. That's why the decision-making process can be defined as some choice among several alternatives. I decided to mark by color these two words, several and alternatives. Several means I told you about it, that you must have at least two possible ways to perform some activity, and we will name these possible ways as an alternative. And your managerial activity is to select this choice. Generally, if speaking about the formal definition of decision making, you can see this definition at our screen. This definition was taken from our Bible book, Fundamentals of Management. So decision-making is the process of making a choice between a number of options and committing to a future course of action. And also the next definition from the same book, what is decision? Decision is making a choice from two or more alternatives. There are, okay, I will ask you, if you have a choice, if you have to take a decision, how it is possible to take it generally? Please think about some easy problem, actually not even a problem, but some situation when you have to take a decision. For example, you need to go somewhere outside today to a friend, for example. Let's do it like this. And you are thinking what to take on, I mean clothes. So generally, how possible to make this decision about clothes? What do you think?
To choose what do you like and look at the weather and think about what I have to wear for not to cool.
Thank you, Arina, but actually you are right, you are completely right, but you mixed two possible ways of decision making. The first is intuitive. It means that you can like something or dislike something, or you are thinking about something and you are thinking that it is correct or it is right. You don't have any explanation about it, but generally, for example, you like this coat, and even if it is rainy, even if it is a little bit rainy, and it's not maybe a good weather for the shop, for the coat, sorry, but you like it so much, so you'll take it. And also you absolutely correctly describe the third, not the second, the third way of decision making. It is the rational decision. You can check the weather forecast, yes, greatly, when you can analyze all possible clothes in your scarf, and then it is possible to take the best one, the best suitable for this very weather, which we have outside now. But generally, there are not two, but three possible ways. Maybe somebody else will add one more way how it is possible to choose a clothes for today. Not intuitive, not rational, but as you can see from this very screen, it is judgmental, but...
Okay, yes, I think we can think about outcomes. So if I want to wear a beautiful coat, which I like a lot, I can wear it, but then when I'll be in the street, it will be really cold, and I'll have to go in some building and maybe cafe or something like this, and sit there. And if I can do so, then I can wear this coat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand me?
Thank you, Elizaveta. But generally, your example is the one of the, how to say, subtype of rational decision. So you will analyze the possible ways, and you will anyway, your decision will be taken at the basis of the analysis. And intuitive, for example, decision is not based on the result of analysis. It just, you like it and that's all. But judgmental is based not on the result of the analysis. It is also possible to make some decisions not at the basis of your intuition, not at the basis of your analysis, but on the basis of, please think with me, what do you think?
Maybe people who's outside, we can look at the window, in the window, and just see what's clothes.
Thank you. It is, but it is also a part of rational decision. It is the analysis, but you will, how to say, you will evaluate the temperature not with the help of the weather forecast, but it will be like a small investigation of people's behavior, something like that. If somebody has an idea, but it is rather difficult to formulate it in English, it is possible to answer in Russian or in Ukrainian. Please, you're welcome. Okay, generally, the decision in our situation can be taken by usage of your experience. So, if you have a positive experience from your past, it is possible to use it. For example, you chose this code yesterday and it was okay, and today you will take it only because yesterday it was completely okay. So generally, in any situation, it is possible to make 3 types of decisions: intuitive, judgmental, and rational. If speaking about the intuitive decision, it is the situation when you are using your like sixth sense. It means that you think that, not you think, you feel that it is correct. You feel that is correct. And if you make a decision, if you make a choice among alternatives with the help of your sixth sense, in this very case, we can speak about intuitive decision. Judgmental decision. If in the last it was the same situation and you can analyze the outcomes from these very situation, and if outcomes is suitable for you, you are taking this decision. The main negative characteristic of this type of decision is the following. Maybe outcomes of this very decision were positive, but if you think a little bit more, if you analyze the situation, and maybe it is possible to find the better way, more effective way to complete some task, maybe. But generally the okay, I will show you the examples at really managerial situation. It was connected with me when I was maybe I told you. I don't remember that some time ago I was the CEO of a company, and I had to send some financial reports to a tax agency, and our activity of our enterprise was rather, I would say, complicated, because we were connected with some special international activities, and nobody knew in the tax agency how should we prepare this tax report. And it was no guide for making this report, and I decided that, okay, I will do it this way. I think it is correct. I think it is correct. And in a year, when I had to send the same type of report, I decided to prepare this report in the same way, because when some specialists came from the tax agency, came to our enterprise to check our activity, they told us, okay, this report was okay, no penalty, everything is good. So here is the way of judgmental decision. It is a decision which uses the previous experience. And the most effective way of decision making is taking rational decisions. We will speak about it a little bit later, but generally here is at the screen you can see the steps of this decision. We will speak about every step today, but generally this way of decision making means that you are thinking, you are completely analyzing the situation, and only having got the results of this analysis, you are making a choice among alternatives. What do you think? What type of decision is the best?
I think it depends on the situation when you have to take a decision. Sometimes you just feel that this way the decision will be the best, but analyzing some information, you have another answer, and like this.
So maybe okay, I understood your idea. For some cases you are right. Maybe somebody else has another idea. Generally, you are right, completely right, because you might remember that we have contingency approach to management, no best way. Yes. So from this point of view, you are completely right. But generally, the rational decision has, I would say, a bigger probability to lead to profitability. I'm sorry. Yes, but people, and not generally people, but now we are speaking about manager, people not always are taking rational decisions. Why? think. Please think. It is very important. Why it's not possible to make a rational decision in every situation? Why do you think it is so?
Maybe because it will cost a big amount of time, and we don't have enough time to make some analysis every time.
Thank you. Great. Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we can have just not enough information.
Great. Thank you. You are correct. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Arina. You both are correct. Generally, you told about the same idea, the lack of information, but maybe the first speaker told a little bit, how to say, you explained a little bit more that we have a lack of the information and we need time and money to get this very information. And not always it is possible for us to find this information. Theoretically, it is possible to find any information you want, but you have to pay for this information and you have to wait for a long period of time sometimes. And if the situation is so, you can evaluate your needs in this information, and it is possible to replace this information with your previous experience. You don't know, you don't have the instruction, but it was my example. But from the last year, I know that it is completely okay. Or if it is also not possible to find this information, maybe it is possible to use your sixth sense, maybe like this. But generally, you mostly need to take rational decisions. And now we will speak about 8 steps of decision making if speaking about rational decision. These steps are the following. You can see it at our screen. First of all, you have to identify the problem. Then you have to select the criteria for decision making. Then you have to understand, usually you will have not one criteria but several, so you have to weight every criteria. Then you have to think about possible ways to make a decision. You must have at least 2 alternatives. Then you have to analyze these alternatives. Then you have to take a choice among the alternatives. Then you have to implement your activity, implement your strategy, and then you have to evaluate results of your activity. All these ways are completely obvious, and let's speak a little bit about these steps, about every step. The first step is identifying the problem. Generally, I would say that it is the most important step of decision making. Sometimes managers do not understand that now it is the point of a decision. sometimes, and what does it mean, the point of our decision? If speaking about an enterprise, it could be that our profitability is less than average profitability of the industry, for example, just for example. And in this case, you have to compare the profitability of your enterprise with the average profitability of the industry. And you have to understand that your enterprise has a problem. So if your profitability is less compared with the average, so it means that your activity, not your activity, but first of all, activity of your enterprise, and then your activity is not in the effective way. So you have to change something. You have to change something. And generally, it is a big problem. It is a big problem to understand that really you need to change something. You have to change something. And the usual mistake is that a manager in my example, he or she thinks, okay, our activity is profitable, so we have profit, so it's okay. We don't have to change something. The second step is identifying the criteria of decision making. From our lectures connected with planning, you might remember, I do believe that you must remember, that you really remember that any objective must have a KPI, key performance indicator. It means that every objective must be measurable. And the same situation must be connected with decision-making process. So you need a liner, some liner to calculate, how to say, calculate your, to evaluate your possible alternatives. Generally, there are a rather big number of criteria. The most, I would say, important criteria you can see here: costs, then risks, then outcomes. It is rather difficult. I would say more difficult if you want to use not one criteria, but if you want to use 2, 3, more than one criteria. In this very situation, you can use some techniques of selecting and not selecting, but evaluating alternatives by several criteria. The easiest approach is analytical hierarchy approach. Analytical hierarchy process. We will speak about it a little bit later. The third step is when you are making decisions. The third step is allocating weights of the criteria. It means that for you, okay, let's go back a little bit. it could be a situation that you have only some amount of investments and it's not possible to invest more. You have to understand that decision means not only the way that you will do like this and everything is done. No, you have to understand that you have to support every decision by some financial support, and you will have some limited budget, and it's not possible for you to go out of this budget. In this very case, the weight of cost criteria will be the highest. And maybe you will evaluate also risks of every possible alternative. Also, you will evaluate the outcomes of every decision, of every alternative, but the weight of the second and the third criteria will be much smaller compared with the first one. It means that every criteria must be weighted. And I told you about this technique, analytical hierarchy process. We will speak about it, and this criteria, this analytical approach really lets a decision maker take into account different weights of every criteria. Developing alternatives. The next step is to think about possible ways of some selection activity. Generally, I would say that it is the second most difficult step in decision making. First of all, you have to understand that you have a problem, that your enterprise has a problem, that something should be changed, and then it is also crucial for you to understand at least two alternatives, two possible ways. If you don't understand that, even theoretically, you have different possible ways. In this very case, it's not possible for you to take decisions. Okay, let's make a short break. Please come back to our lecture after the break using the same link.
After how many minutes?
About 5 or 6. I have to reload my computer.
Okay, okay.
I will send the invitation. Just a moment. Okay, we stopped here at the step of developing alternatives. So at this point, you have to, at this very point, you have to understand theoretically possible ways for your enterprise. Then you have to analyze alternative. I would say that this step is rather easy because before you prepared the difficult steps. So if you know the criteria, and if you know the weight of every criteria, if you know alternatives, so it is just a technical task to analyze alternative and to choose the best one according to previous criteria. So when you calculate the possible outcomes for every criteria, you are selecting the best one. That is all. But I'd like to stress one more time that it's not, it will be not like, and that's all, that everything is done. After making a decision, you have to inform about your choice all your subordinates, all your managerial team, and generally all managerial team of your enterprise if you are not the top at the top management level. So you have to inform about your decision everybody who is involved into managerial and not only managerial activity, who is connected somehow with you at your enterprise. And you will have to delegate some tasks. So having made a decision in this very case, you have to use organizing and motivating function of management. And also, I do hope you remember our previous lecture connected with controlling. It means that you have to evaluate the outcomes of every decision. So you have to measure for example, profit. I would say that profit is the most important integral criteria, integral outcomes of your decisions. So you have to measure it, and then you have to compare this outcome with your strategy, with your plans. And then you, from this very process, it is possible to understand whether your activity was effective or not. Okay, today we spoke about decision-making process. The most important information from our today's lecture is the following: that in any situation it is possible to make three types of decisions: intuitive, judgmental, and rational. The best is rational, but it's not possible to make it in all situations. And the steps of rational decision is the following. First of all, you have to identify the problem, then you have to set the criteria, when you have to evaluate the weight of every criteria, then you have to generate alternatives, then you have to evaluate these alternatives, and then you have to take the best alternative according to your criteria. Thank you for visiting today's lecture. I'm listening to your questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir.